What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Upper Room Podcast. This is actually season 2. It's been a little bit since we've been back with you guys, and I'm excited to announce that I'm here with Joshua, Kenny, and Andrew. And actually, we have a special guest in the house tonight, Braxton. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
What's going on? I'm Brax. 10.
Yes, he is Braxton. There's been a lot of crazy stuff that's been going on just in the world since, what has it been, 8 months since we've done the last podcast? So we haven't spoke with you guys in quite some time. I mean, COVID's pretty much to the point to where there's, no mask anymore. There's a lot of stuff going on. We got some cool shit happening throughout the world, and I'm excited to get back into this stuff with you guys. So, Michael, you want to kick it off with you? What's been going on with you, pal?
Nothing much. Just got the new fancy job title, collections officer. Ooh, isn't that fancy?
What you're collecting?
Wow. I get to take poor people's money.
I get to take people's money.
Well, Shockley got a new tattoo. You want to share what you got?
Hey,
there?
I got a new tattoo.
I got Broly.
Okay.
Yeah, but yours isn't cool.
Well,
I got Broly from Dragon Ball Super.
Oh yeah.
I would like to do OG Broly at some point, so like non-canon Broly.
We will post a picture link in the description of Shock's new tattoo, by the way. And Michael, what new tattoo did you get?
it doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Well, no. What
Insecure.
No, you just skipped over me like I'm a little
I
coward.
See. So we got some bitterness. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No. It's kind of a Pinterest tattoo. To be honest, it's a rose with a dagger through it.
Oh.
It's really pretty.
What's your...
Big shout out to Matt Ink Dreams. Real great guy.
Okay, so
real
also
cool
Chris. Chris from Ink Dreams. He's
Sweet.
been
okay.
Basically the only artist that's ever tattooed me, other than Matt and Chris's wife Danielle.
Awesome.
He's okay. He's not as good as Matt, but he'll do the job.
I'm getting some
disagree.
breaking news.
But at the same time, Matt's only done one on me. It was for like a band. It was for 30 Seconds to Mars. Just got like their little triangle emblem thing.
Let me ask you something. Who did the face on your nipple?
Danielle.
Danielle?
Yeah, Danielle did that one. Yeah, that's a funny story, actually. So, basically, what happened there was they called me out of the blue because I used to hang out at the tattoo shop, whether I was getting a tattoo or not. We were just all cool. And Danielle calls me one day, and she's like, hey, if you come down to the shop, we'll give you a free tattoo today. And I was like, okay, bullshit, but all right, cool. So I just headed down there. I figured they just wanted to hang out. I get down there, and she like hands me the paperwork, and I'm like, okay, bullshit. Still calling it. It's not free. I'm still paying a setup fee. No, didn't even do that. I still called bullshit until I sat down in that chair, and they had the gun and the ink ready, and now I have a smiley face on my nipple that has like aqua green eyes, and it's quite good. But What made it even funnier was that video of me getting that tattoo is actually on Facebook. They like Facebook lived it.
I remember that.
It was so bad because as soon as they touched my nipple, I was like, oh goddamn! Like,
are you surprised though? Because if you're getting a free tattoo, there's always going to be a catch. It has to be on your nipple.
That was the funny part because they were like, we get to pick what it is and where it goes. And I'm like, as long as it's not a dick on my face, I'm cool. So it full on could have been a dick on my nipple for all I gave a shit. But like, then I just end up with a smiley face on
or
my
a teardrop on your face.
Nah, say I'm not doing anything on the face. I'm full on with like neck down. I'm cool. Face tats are fucking gay.
So what you're saying is you
tats.
never get a face, like you've filled up your whole skin and you're just done?
Yeah, done.
Okay. Pussy.
Yeah. Unless I wanted to do like kind of what Chris did and just
little
black it, and then maybe do something on top of that.
So what's the purpose of a whole black tattoo? Do you know?
I don't know. I think it's cool. I don't really know any meaning behind it. I mean, he literally, the way he explained it to me was he just started doing it, kept going.
Ollie Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon, he did it, and I always thought it was just like a way to just cover up your tattoos. Like you're just sick of looking at them.
That's pretty much the way it comes off to me. Like if I ever wanted to cover anything, I'd probably just black it.
But I've also seen those like emos,
Yeah.
goths that just get like just black, just a black.
Kind of like how Black Veil Brides puts on that fucking paint, and I've seen people get that fucking redone.
It's such a waste of
that's
skin.
So stupid. Like you had so much potential with that arm, and you've ruined it. Like you've ruined everything.
It's weird to me to get it all blacked out like that. Like, I mean, I guess I can see why people would go for that.
I mean,
Maybe for like a cover up situation, but
Yeah, if you had a really shitty tattoo, but it was so big that you literally could not cover it with another tattoo, you know what I mean? Like it was really dark or it was just really big. That's literally the only way you could cover it is black it.
that's a colossal fuck up in my opinion.
Oh, God,
if
yeah.
if you're to the point to where you have to black out your whole arm, like it makes when I see that, I'm wondering like what's under there.
Yeah.
Like what have you done
What'd you
to get to this fucking point, like where you have to black out your whole arm? What's under there that I need
Somebody
to
put
see?
like a 12-inch dildo on your
Yeah.
arm,
or like
is that
Nazi
what that is?
symbols.
Yeah, like
Like what the fuck's under there?
covering up prison tats.
Yeah, for real.
Didn't Danny? Did he black out what's on his knuckles?
He did. So originally, Danny Worsnop from Asking Alexandria had "fuck this," which was like the first words on their first album that you heard if you listen to it sequentially. And anyway, he ended up, I don't know why really. I guess he just thought it was childish and blacked them out with like some black rectangles. I mean, he really didn't do anything with it. They just blacked out his knucks.
I mean, I feel like that's the only, if it's your fucking knuckles, that's the only thing you can get away with is just going and blacking it out.
Yeah, especially because it was in Old English. So
Yeah.
that would be really hard to cover up because there's not, I mean, it's not detail, but it's like intricate and
Yeah.
it's fat, you know? So, like, that's the only thing you could do to cover that shit up would be to just straight black it.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't do anything else. I wouldn't imagine you'd be able to do anything else with it.
But you know what we need to do, Joshua? It's time for you to get a tattoo, buddy.
Yeah, he's the only one here without a tattoo.
I'm a tattoo virgin.
A tattoo virgin.
This kid, as soon as he was 18, went and got his tattoos. Like, and I'm like,
Which tattoo?
so
What
proud of you.
what did
What
you
was
he's
your
got
first
two,
tattoo?
three, two.
Let the man speak.
Okay, yeah. So I do have two. I have one on my chest. It's it kind of sounds a little cliche, but I actually got it. It's based from Naruto. It says "Artisan Explosion." It's what Datara says. For me, it's interpretive. I feel like you can take it, you know, how you please.
For sure.
Me, I kind of treat it like it's a craft. You know what I'm saying? No matter what craft you pursue, like, you know, to you that craft is everything. And if it's your passion, right, it's an explosive
I agree.
feeling, right? So I have that right here along my collarbone. In this, you know, beautiful Pinterest-esque font that I found on Microsoft Word.
Did you really find it on Microsoft Word?
I did actually, yeah. So I was gonna try to find the font online, but I couldn't decide. And they were like, you know, the best way you can do it is for you to just, you know, do it on Microsoft Word. So I just looked for like the straightest letters, right? And then I have wings on my forearm because I saw also a Pinterest post of a Hermes wing on dude's ankle, and I was like, you know, I want a pair of those, but I want to put them on my wrist. You know, because I'm fly as shit. So at the end of the day, I really feel like I achieved something with those two tattoos.
Dude, I think tattoos are like are so subjective, and like I don't think it's cliche if it's something that you really want. I mean, I literally have like 999 tattooed on my forearm, and like, I mean, I can't tell you how many questions I've got from that because people are always
That's
like,
the
"Oh,
devil.
it's 666," you know. Like I've got so many questions. Like, what does that mean? And like to me, like I know exactly what it means. You know, it was Juice World. His whole thing was 999, and you know, taking 666 and flipping it and making, you know, the negative the positive. But just like you said, with like you feeling like it's cliche, I don't think it's cliche if it's something that you really want. That's the whole point of a tattoo. Is it's supposed to be personal, like to you. So like as long as you understand what it means, it has that meaning to you. And like what everybody else thinks is not necessarily that important, you know.
Unless you have a smiley face on your nipple.
I don't know. I think it's.
I
kinda
love
cool.
it. I think it's hilarious.
It's a cool story too. Like
Yeah,
you can tell people like I've got a friend who's got, you know, a smiley face tattooed on his nipple.
I don't know.
No,
I would
no
say,
way.
I would honestly say probably I've got two tattoos that like mean a lot to me. That had a lot of thought behind them, and it was the peony, and if you live in East Tennessee, then you probably call it a piney, but it's a flower. It's my great grandmother's favorite flower. And then I've got just a song name on my forearm that's Someone Somewhere from Asking Alexandria, and those two, like, I don't know, I basically lived and breathed by that damn song. But like, I don't know, those are the two that I put most thought into. All the rest of them I still love. I've got one on my shoulder from a band called Movements. It's actually just some lyrics from them that says, "Hang me in the closet like the rest of your outwearing things." And it's kind of got this like silhouette of a man hanging on a hanger, like a clothes hanger. And that, I really loved those lyrics. What song was that from? Worst Wishes.
Yeah.
It's from Worst Wishes. Give them a listen. They're great guys. they make good coffee, too. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, they did this whole thing where they were like hopping something up and you really thought it was going to be music, and then it was coffee.
Korn did that.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Korn did that. And their coffee's good, too. I bought some. It's like... I feel like that's the most cringy thing an artist can come out with, though, just in my personal opinion. Like, you build it up like it's going to be the most hype shit ever, and then it's coffee.
That's like when you don't have any music to release, but you need to do something because your fans are on your case. So you're just like, well,
fuck it, coffee.
Like, we've got this coffee that's coming out. That's probably the worst thing, too. That's so annoying.
What's so bad is now those poor guys are having to work at Target.
A lot of like bands like that are in that position, like just... local bands, and even like that whole genre of like punk and hardcore and stuff, it's not necessarily a popular genre anymore, so
no,
it's hard to break out.
I feel like Panic kind of, that was like the epicenter of that whole genre.
Rap music and pop music are like the new punk at this day and age.
You mean you don't listen to country?
Country it's in its own
let's
kind
just
of
listen
thing,
to Morgan Wallen. Yeah, it sounds like a good time. Chris Stapleton, though, shout out to that guy.
Yeah,
like Chris Stapleton's that shit. That is the most sultry voice I've ever heard come out of a man.
Yeah, he is
except
good.
for myself.
I like him, and I don't like country music, but what I've heard from him is pretty good. Morgan Wallen, I'm not really that into that kind of thing.
He's kind of cringy to me, to be honest.
Or like the whole, what's the other guy?
Church.
Luke Combs.
Hey, don't you shit on Luke Combs.
I'm not.
Don't you shit on Luke Combs.
He's okay.
George Strait.
For a country boy type song, country boy type music.
Hey, give me some Tim McGraw, man.
And some Nelly with it. Some Tim McGraw. What was that song?
Oh God, what was that song?
I don't even know at this point, but I remember hearing it when I was growing up.
Over and over again.
Yeah. Over and over again.
Because it's all in my head.
Yes, that's what it's like, I think about it over and over again. Yeah, I remember that shit. That was good.
I just can't picture with you him. And it hurts so bad.
Yeah. And now look at him. He got Nelly got arrested in Tennessee like a
Did he
year ago
really?
for like meth.
Dude.
Yeah.
For meth?
For like meth possession, yeah.
Poor Nelly. Whatever happened to T-Pain, dude? I've seen T-Pain in commercials recently, and that's
he produces a lot of stuff.
Actually, I heard a story about T-Pain like last month or something. Apparently, he had no idea how to work his DMs, and apparently he's been getting messages from artists for years about doing work with him, and he's never been able to respond because he didn't want to check them.
I've seen that. That cracked
Could
me
you
up so bad.
imagine? Oh my God. I would have loved to have heard
it.
Like Juice and T-Pain.
Juice WRLD and T-Pain would have been a crazy.
That would have been a good mashup.
Juice WRLD was not for this earth, man. That's why he's gone. He's too good.
He's too good.
He was too good for this earth, so they had no choice but to send him up to heaven. And now he's up there rocking.
We know one thing for sure. He definitely had too much perk in his nose.
Yeah, he did.
Poor feller.
It's unfortunate.
Rest in peace, though.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, had a fat ass on him. Goddamn.
You say that about everybody.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You got to be genuine with it.
Bill Gates, fattest ass I've ever seen.
See what you do.
His ass would be fat if he carried around all of his money in it.
You put your stamp. You put your fat ass stamp on everything. Nobody. It makes it less genuine.
Well, see, here's the thing.
It's like saying, "Oh, I love this restaurant, but I also love this restaurant. I love this restaurant." What
This
restaurant do you
restaurant
really
has
love?
fat ass.
Which restaurant actually has the fat ass?
Burger King.
Honestly,
Damn right.
Taco Bell.
Honestly, not anymore so much. But O'Charlie's. I used to fuck some O'Charlie's.
Bro, O'Charlie's is mid as fuck.
It is now, dude. Back in the day, shit, I loved
It's mid as
O'Charlie's.
fuck. O'Charlie's is mid to me.
I like Longhorn quite a bit, though.
O'Charlie's is like Applebee's. They're just super mid.
Like if
That's
I'm
just
feeling
me.
lazy and don't want to cook my own steak, I'll go to Longhorn, get me a Flo's filet.
I'm not
Yeah.
in the position financially to order a steak from any place.
Just tell me.
Why don't you
I'll take
flex on it a little
I'll take you
harder?
out for steak. Do what?
Why don't you flex on Chris a little harder? He's poor. He can't afford
I
this
know,
stuff.
man. I'm broke as hell.
We're all fucking poor.
Listen. You can go buy steak, good steak, from like Food City, because they actually use a butcher.
Man, I don't make enough to be shopping at no damn Food City.
He's like, I'm Walmart all day.
Yeah. Food City is fucking expensive.
They
man.
do have overpriced shit. But
Hell yeah,
like,
they do.
Their meat's fairly cheap though. I miss when like, dude, the Blaine IGA had the best meat ever.
Cox and Wright has some good meat too.
They did.
That's why they be called Cox and Wright.
What do you mean? You all have a butcher right here in Rutledge.
He's not really a butcher.
Who's the butcher? Down
He's
there at
not
that
a
little
butcher.
meat shop.
A cut
in
above.
Like, yeah, Morgan's cut above.
Is
My
there
sister
any,
actually worked there for a little bit.
no,
Riley, she worked there for a bit. Shout out to Riley. But anyway, no, he's not really like a butcher. He just basically preps meat. Like, he doesn't actually butcher the animal. He just cuts it up into cuts.
That's good enough.
I mean, it's close enough, but like, if you think about it, dude, there's no butchers anymore. Like, that is
I
a
honestly
dying
couldn't tell you where to
art,
go
dude.
for a butcher.
You,
Except for Food City.
yeah,
Food,
good luck.
dude, Food City, whenever I worked for them, dude, you would literally see them fucking cutting off the damn bone. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, to me, a butcher is like, you bring their ass a whole ass deer that's not even been skinned yet, and then they cut that bitch up.
Okay.
They'll do that
they
for
could
you?
do that. They could
An
do,
actual
like,
butcher
a step or
would.
two down
An actual butcher.
below it.
Like, I remember, like, me and my granddad, we used to fish a lot, and I mean, he taught me how to like fillet fish and shit like that. Like, I can do shit like that.
Fillet
But if
fish
you
from
brought me a fucking
McDonald's?
bear and was like, "Hey, I just killed this bear, I want some like bear chili," and I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to do with that, quite honestly. Like, how do you wear? What do you want to keep the pelt? Because you're gonna need to cut it out
I want
yourself."
some bear dick chili.
Dude, bear's actually really good. It's greasy. It's really greasy. It's
You've
almost
had
like
bear?
duck.
You've had bear?
Yeah, dude, I've had a lot. I've had a lot of meat. But
Oh no.
but now bear's actually delicious. It's really greasy though. So like, after you get done cooking it, you're definitely dumping that grease somewhere.
You ever had alligator?
I have.
I had some alligator bites at like the Pier restaurant down in I think it was Panama City Beach. That shit was pretty good. It tasted like a dry chicken.
See, to
Ugh.
me, it tastes
It was
like
good.
fishy
It was good
chicken.
with some season.
It's like fishy
I
chicken.
can see maybe what you mean by the fishy chicken. To me, it was just like chicken, but without the juiciness and the tenderness. It was
Gamey
very
chicken,
dry
I guess you could
and
say.
soft. You know.
If you found
very
a
dry and
wild
soft.
chicken.
So I have a
That's what
genuine
alligator
question
tastes
for you, Chris. If you bought
Sure.
a steak, would you know how to cook it?
I've
With
cooked-
making
I-
it right?
I've made steak. Well, what's necessarily right to you?
Butter, thyme,
I've
garlic.
made steak before, and usually what I do with steak is I'll get the raw steak. You know, I'll season it up with some seasoning of my choice, some salt, pepper, some Worcestershire sauce. You know, soak it, and pat it on both
Worcestershire.
sides, and then I'll throw it in. You know, throw it in the skillet, let it or the grill, whatever. Let it, you know, get nice and fired up, and I like it a little bit red in the middle, but not to where it's like almost raw.
Mid-rare.
Like, I like it just a little red
Yeah.
in the middle. But I mean, that's how I would cook a steak.
I've just never seen you like genuinely cook.
That's because I don't cook. I eat out,
Yeah.
or I'd make very simple things at home. Like I'm 25 years old, and like a typical meal for me is like throwing some like corn dogs and tater tots in the fucking oven and like heating them up and,
Yeah.
Basically
and then
mine.
playing some
I'll be
Xbox.
honest.
Like I don't have a child or a real, you know, family. It's just me and my wife. So I mean, we typically will just go out and eat, or we'll just eat garbage, trash, you know, whatever I can just shoot down my fucking stomach to get me through the day.
Whatever gives
Just
you
a
energy
feel
for the
full.
next day.
Yeah, for real. I mean,
I don't know,
food to me, I'm not. You care about food, Michael.
Yeah.
You do. I don't.
I feel
don't
like me
give
and
a fuck.
Michael make love to food.
I don't give a fuck. To
Like,
me,
I-
food
What,
is just.
I feel like
energy.
I feel like we're ignoring Braxton, our special guest over here. Braxton, can you cook?
Yeah, I actually, I can cook. Me and Drew, we were actually talking about this the other day. If for some reason we can't pursue medicine for whatever reason, we're gonna go into culinary, and
Nice.
we are going to be the Gordon Ramsays. But okay, you know how how all the home improvement shows always have like the siblings, you know,
Yeah.
like the Scott brothers or
Ugh.
whatever. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
gonna be like Kyle and Shockley, culinary arts. You know what I mean? Like
Braxton Shock.
Braxton Shaw.
What kind of restaurant though?
See, because I'm bougie as shit, I would really, like, if I was going to go into culinary arts, I would want to study French food But I have this affinity, this love for Italian food, and I think that's probably where my primary study would be. If not Indian, like Asian Indian. I love that spice, man. A good curry will save your life.
I hate curry.
You hate curry?
I hate curry.
I hate Steph Curry.
I honestly feel like we should run it nomadic. Like, I feel like that if we were to open, even just amongst this room, like if we were to open a restaurant right now, it would just be everything. It would be the one restaurant where you could genuinely get everything. Because
see, I can make a bomb ass hibachi. Like straight, like it is straight from Little Tokyo type stuff.
See, I like eating
Tokyo is good as
Asian.
fuck.
I don't like cooking Asian because to me they blend sweet and spicy so well in Asian cuisine that I cannot wrap my head around how they do it. Like me with Italian food's actually super basic and it tastes amazing. So like I had this recipe that I found not too long ago. I actually think I got it off of Instagram. And it was, I mean, it's super basic and it's delicious. You just take heavy cream, like whipping cream, 2 blocks of Parmesan cheese, because most Parmesan cheese, they only make them in 8-ounce blocks. So you need at least 10 to 12 ounces, depending on the size of the meal. I mean, if you're cooking for like 4 people, you're going to need 10 to 12 ounces. Garlic, a red onion. But what you do with them is you're going to actually take them against the cheese grater and grate them really, really fine so that it just cooks into the sauce. It dissolves into the sauce. So you get nothing but the flavor without the bite, because I know a lot of people don't like the consistency of onion per se, and I don't think anybody would want a chunk of garlic either, but I like garlic, so I'd be fine with it. But it's just those simple ingredients and butter. Now, what I actually made it with is Kerry Gold butter, which is Irish butter. That's like butter, like that's butter, like straight out the teat. Okay, that's butter, and it's super delicious. And it takes like a whole stick of butter. I mean, this is not diet food. And then of course your seasonings are just salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, and I like to throw a little bit of basil in there. Basil, yeah. I like a little bit of basil in there, but it's super, super simple. Like it's literally you could teach Pickle how to do it. Like it's super simple. That's how easy it is.
Well, Pickle just fucking opened that door, so I'm sure he could.
But anyway, it's super delicious. And then you just get some, wow.
What did you just ruined everything.
Yeah. Now my train of thought is completely lost.
Goodbye.
Now we're just gonna sit here in like silence for like 10 minutes just because of you.
You just get like your pasta of choice. Like I like fettuccine preferably with my Alfredo. Good thick noodle.
The good shit.
Love fettuccine. Steam some broccoli, cook some chicken, just use some butter and garlic and Italian seasoning on the chicken. It's super, super simple ways of making it, and it's delicious.
So here's a hot take. I hate Alfredo. I will say I don't hate it.
I hate it from a jar.
No, I don't like it from restaurants. I don't like it from anything.
Fuck you, man.
He said it.
Damn. You don't even like lettuce. I don't want to hear it. You can't even taste lettuce.
Lettuce is trash.
Lettuce is literally just a crunch.
Let's just take a minute to back to the chicken. Okay, I have a genuine question as a African American. I need to know this kind of information. Okay, so Shockley, explain this to me. Do you marinate like your chicken when you cook it, or is it more of like you throw the spices in the pan and expect the?
Well, it depends on how I'm making the chicken.
Chicken nuggets kind of
like if it's fried chicken, that shit will sit in buttermilk for a bit.
I've got some marinating in pickle juice right now.
Ooh.
Pickle juice.
God,
that's what Chick-fil-A does. I'm not even kidding.
You are big
that's what
weird,
Chick-fil-A
bro.
does.
You're big weird.
You like Chick-fil-A chicken? That's what they do. There you go.
Yeah, but they also get that from Coach Foods. And
but Chick-fil-A is the Lord's
that
chicken.
That plant stinks.
Damn right.
You are not the Lord's chicken.
I have a Bible verse tattooed on me, so I'm basically right there. That's my free ticket to heaven right there.
Fair enough. Your next tattoo is going to be a heart with a fucking arrow that says "Mom." Actually,
I asked my mom what she wanted tattoo on me, and she said that's what she wanted.
Really, like your stereotypical
Yeah.
mom tattoo?
Yeah.
That's great.
That would go right along with the Bible verse tattoo, and then right along with my ghost. Or no, my broken heart tattoo is probably the most cliche tattoo you could ever get.
Well, I have a white girl tattoo. I have a cross on my chest. That's straight white girl right there.
That's basic. That's like borderline basic.
I am basic.
Can we just take a moment to
You
appreciate
have angel wings. What do you mean?
what soft drinks can do to meat?
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God, you're right.
like, actually.
What
Like,
are you talking about?
Okay, yeah, okay. So actually, you can use like Sprite to like
What?
help tenderize fish,
No shit.
Yeah.
and you use like you can use Coke for beef.
I've never
You
heard
can-
of that.
I'm not kidding. This is
before.
a real thing.
Dr. Pepper
Yeah.
and pork.
I've heard of
is
people
fantastic.
using alcohol for like meat. Like people use like
Get you
whiskey
drunk.
for like.
My dad
Steak.
stuck a beer
Awesome
can
A
up
good
a chicken's
bourbon.
ass before he smoked it.
Foster's chicken. Yeah, dude, that shit's actually really good. I love a good beer can
Foster's chicken. My Foster's chicken is
Antiseptic
from the
chicken.
fucking bag. Frozen. That's what
But
my
yeah,
Foster's
Comes in
I know people that
little,
use
round squares.
some Tyson.
I know people that use Coke for barbecue sauce.
Yeah, dude. It actually does make a great base.
Cocaine
Make-
for barbecue sauce?
Coke.
Oh, okay.
Coca-Cola. They
Coca-Cola,
used to
baby.
put cocaine in it.
They used to put cocaine in it. Yeah, I want to go back to those days.
Can you imagine?
You know.
that
Back
shit
when all
like
you
that?
Drink
needed
some
for the
fucking
day
coke
is
and be
Coke.
wired for the day, man.
I cannot imagine that shit getting passed in today's time. Like, yeah, dude, just a little bit of cocaine in it. Dude, you good? Go.
The doctors back then be like, it's good for your bones.
Well, that's also when they thought smoking was good. For
Yeah,
you,
like
so.
here's a pack of
Smoke is
cigarettes.
Hey, look, a good
I'm
menthol
subscribing.
helps
There you
break
go.
I mean,
up,
remember
man.
the commercials back in like the 50s and 60s for cigarettes? They'd be like, a real man smokes cigarettes. It's good for you.
Marlboro.
It
You want to be a
energizes you.
real cowboy? Smoke Marlboro.
And now it's like such a shunned thing. Like they
Yeah.
try to hide cigarettes. I don't think it's illegal actually now to make cigarette ads. There's none at all. No
Dude,
ads.
it's
Yeah.
just so frowned upon because you're considered white trash for
Well,
smoking.
nowadays when I see someone smoking cigarettes, I'm like, that poor
Trash.
motherfucker.
No, you're like that trash.
Not
Because
even
I'm thinking
that.
too, and I'll smoke them.
I'm not even thinking that. I'm just thinking like, you poor bastard. You're fucking sucked into the system.
And then you just take your vape and take a big draw from
Yeah.
it. Like, you sorry son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You
The
peasant.
irony in that. You're hitting the vape and you're like, look at those losers.
It's like your vape's the electric guitar, where it's like it's cigarettes and acoustic. It's like, it's not a great concert. But anyway,
Yeah.
How did we get
no,
on that?
like back to the whole meat thing. It's actually funny you mentioned that because like we were at my other brother's house like earlier today, and his fiance had used Dr. Pepper in pork, and we had like pulled pork. Dude, smacked. Would have been great with some coleslaw on top, but like
How do you cook it? Smoke?
nah, crock pot.
Yeah.
Simple, yeah, just simple, quick. Now, my granddad earlier was actually smoking a pork butt, and I was like kind of bummed out, and I didn't get any because I know I'm not going to go back to
A
any.
pork butt? Like an actual
Yeah.
pork butt?
Like a slab of pork ass.
Yeah.
It's
Huh.
delicious. Like or pork
Interesting.
belly. Have you ever had pork belly?
Oh, don't think
God,
I
I'd
have.
die for pork belly.
If you've had bacon, you've had pork belly.
Oh, okay.
It's
Streaky
also-
bacon.
Well, I've had bacon, so.
Oh,
guess
God,
I'll
I would
have
hope so.
pork belly.
But it's
Well,
like
you
a
need to start
slab
eating
of-
turkey bacon.
Eh.
That's not healthy.
No.
I've had a
good.
turkey
I like
burger,
it.
and it was very disappointing.
Have you had bacon wrapped Oreos?
No.
No.
Because I'm not a fucking
our dad did
weirdo.
Our dad did that the other day. He was like, "You want to defeat diabetes? Throw a piece of bacon on it." And he smoked it for like 5 hours. And you know what? It actually was good. I mean, the Oreo was falling apart, but it was good. It was.
Would
it was
the
a good
bacon
cover.
melt the
grease,
Oreo?
Do what?
Wouldn't the bacon, if it was warm, like melt the Oreo a little bit?
A little bit. It was mostly the grease. Like it was back.
I've seen
it was-
people put Burger King did a thing a while ago where they put bacon in a milkshake.
What?
Yeah.
they put like bacon, like little bacon bit type strips of bacon in the milkshake.
Man, Burger
And-
King's got everything.
And that's how you know you live in America.
Yep.
When you're putting bacon in everything.
You think European?
European.
You think Europe has this shit? No, hell no. Think Canada has this? No.
Canada has fucking gravy covered French fries. Okay,
cheese.
have that
Canadian
with
bacon, too.
brown gravy. Okay, like me, I could see some white gravy on some French fries. I'd be down for that. You know, it's kind of like mixing your hash brown with the sausage gravy in the mornings. Yeah, it's
You
pretty
see,
good.
I really want to try poutine. That's what's called.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's poutine.
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 Never had that before.
But I feel like I'd fuck it up, like because that's such a Canadian thing. is
Yeah.
the poutine.
And I feel like the fries are also like still crispy somehow, even though they're like smoldered in gravy. I've never had it myself, but like I just feel like there's something there that like it would be really hard to replicate at home. And I could be wrong; it could be super easy.
Yeah,
but like, just throw some gravy in there and get some KFC gravy.
You gotta have like the cheese curds, like the specific cheese curds, and it's gotta be the specific. What was that face, Braxton?
I thought you were gonna go a French fry route. I was like, the only French fries that pass are straight fries. If you get crinkled fries or curly fries, kill yourself.
No,
no.
Curly
fries are the
curly
shit.
Fries are really good.
No, hang on, for poutine.
I like steak
No,
fries.
for poutine, yeah, straight fries.
What the fuck is
I'll
poutine?
even give waffle fries credit over Wendy's curled fries. Like,
Okay, yeah,
stop.
I agree.
Just stop.
Waffle fries are better than
You
curly
sit back
fries.
and put your salt and your pepper on your fries, my boy.
Bro.
That's enough. Pal's fries, unrivaled.
They're good.
No,
They're
Pal's
very,
fries.
very good.
Pal's fries are to die for. Oh god, I love Pal's fries.
Well,
That reminds me, Whataburger has really good fries too.
See, I like Chick-fil-A's fries, but only because I dip them in the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Polynesian all day.
I don't like Polynesian.
What the fuck is wrong with you? No, Polynesian's fucking delicious.
Chris,
Those
what do
are
you
the
think
best
about the Polynesian sauce, or do you even go there?
No, I've went there. I've had the Polynesian sauce like once or twice, but all I did was like
And it's
dump
shit.
it out. I just dumped it out.
He
on
even
top
dumped
of
it
my,
out.
No, I dumped it
On
on
his
top, of my,
nuggets.
on top of my chicken sandwich. I dumped it out, and it was pretty good.
Gas.
Have you guys made one of those bowls before? Like the Chick-fil-A bowls?
Chick-fil-A
Do you know what I'm
I don't
referring
think
to?
so.
You've
No,
never done it?
no.
Okay, so it's really cool. You rip up your fries and you put them in like a salad, the salad containers,
Yeah.
and then you put you tear up your chicken and you put mac and cheese in it. You put it all
So
together.
it's something that you make and
And
not
you-
order.
Yeah, no, you order all the items and then you
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much tear it all up and fuse it together. And for me, I
Okay.
use Chick-fil-A sauce and barbecue. It's phenomenal. Like you would be surprised at how good it is, and I'm surprised you guys didn't know about that.
The fact
So it's
that
like
you
the
said
McGangbang of Chick-fil-A.
yeah, dude. Or it's like any chicken nugget day in high school.
Yeah, just like
Take
shredding
the
them all up.
roll, you got to like wiggle the roll out, stuff you some nuggets, mashed potatoes, ketchup, done.
That's a Christian
Or
orgy.
barbecue sauce. Oh god, dude! I'm telling you, I kind of miss high school food. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so
Like
actually,
breakfast pizza.
back in high school, did you all ever have the cheese sticks
Yeah.
with this little salsa dipping sauce? So to me, the salsa, it tasted like Febreze, and I was so confused forever.
How do
And
you-
it turns out there's this thing with some people, I'm sure y'all have heard of it, with cilantro, that some people think it tastes like soap, and I have that.
Really?
What?
Yeah,
So your taste
cilantro
buds
tastes
are-
like soap to me.
So your taste buds are fucked.
Pretty much, yeah. But just for cilantro. Isn't that weird?
That is odd.
Isn't that some
I don't think I've
weird
ever
ass
had
shit?
anything do that to me.
I don't even know what is cilantro.
Yeah.
It's like a plant. Like I mean,
It's
it's
a
like
plant.
basil or thyme.
It's
Wow.
the Mexican basil.
Yeah,
Why does it taste like soap? to
I
you?
don't fucking know. That's just how it rolls in my brain, apparently.
yeah.
I don't even know what cilantro's supposed to taste like. I just taste soap.
Very
Come on.
floral.
Very floral.
I cannot imagine eating soap. for
You've never
fun.
tasted soap before?
Oh,
I've never just gone, wow, I love Dawn. It's good for the ducks. Why
How are
ain't
you
it good
supposed
for
to
me?
taste soap?
I don't know. Like maybe you wash your hands and you've actually I don't know.
You just ever wonder how good it tastes?
You've never gotten curious and
It
just licked
looks
some
so
soap?
good.
Not really.
Man, I love the taste of some good Irish Spring, man, or some Dial.
Some Old
Head and
Spice.
shoulders.
Do you guys remember the whole Michelle Obama thing, like where they tried to fix up the lunches?
I
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Okay, so right
That
after
pissed me
that,
off.
I feel like after getting elected new presidents and cutting out healthy, you know what I mean? They started trying to spice up the food. Like I remember, when I obviously my senior year or whatever, I'm sitting there and one day they started serving calzones.
What?
And I was like, that's kind of, I feel like that's exquisite, compared to school lunches. You know what I mean? Like it's not your typical chicken fingers. You know what I mean? Or your
Did we have
your
calzones?
canned broccoli. You know,
Yeah.
it was different, and it was actually good though. Like it was a
We
good
did.
calzone, and they
Yeah.
offered marinara sauce with it.
Marinara.
No, I just pretty much just ate shit the whole time I was in high school.
Yeah, I do miss breakfast pizza though.
Yeah,
had it.
that
Dude.
shit
was
good,
delicious.
man. That's-
I never
Breakfast pizza
go-
was gas.
I never go to school on time for breakfast.
So
You missed
it's
out.
basically like the square pizza, but it's got gravy, cheese, and sausage bits on it, and it is fucking.
It is
bomb.
way better than any school pizza you would ever eat. It's
Yeah.
like
Really?
For
3
real,
tiers
dude.
above it.
For real.
It's like shit I'd eat now.
Like I bought
would
extra every time they had it.
Yeah,
You just charge up like midday with like a cold sausage biscuit, like in the middle of third period. You know, you're just sitting there and you're like, dang, I still have this chocolate milk. I feel like Napoleon Dynamite when I'm in class sometimes. I just pull some tater tots out of my pocket. Like I'm fat. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've really done this to myself.
Dude, I remember those vending machines we had in school. And then there was always one teacher that would not let us have any food in the class. And that was Miss Young. And I hated her for that.
She looks like Shade Rocks.
That's oddly descriptive.
How
but it's
come when
accurate.
someone looks weird, that's you draw a conclusion like they eat this? A minute ago, he told me he works with this dude that looks like he eats bugs.
That's because he looks like he eats bugs. You see him like that, he eats bugs. Like, next guy.
Someone looks weird, I bet they eat something weird.
The best explanation I can give for what Miss Young looked like was Smeagol with red hair.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, you're telling me? She was an asshole, dude. She was an absolute asshole.
She was bitchy.
Like, I can remember we were going over like the Pythagorean theorem, and I literally like had to correct her 5 fucking times. And she's like, well, you're not going to learn anything if you don't listen to me. I was like, well, I'm not going to learn it right if I do. And I got kicked out of class that day.
Good.
Apparently correcting a teacher is a bad thing.
A little bit.
It's not though. She taught it wrong. Like I'm reading out of the book, and I suck at reading shit out of the book. Like I'm a hands-on person, and I even understood it. Like she goes on and on about how she used to play fucking checkers with her cats and shit. Now her son's an engineer, and I'm like, yeah, I would love to be your son, engineering fucking basements. Yeah, like I could give a fuck less. Like if you're an engineer, good on you, because like I don't want to do that. It's just not. It's a boring life to me. Like it really is. It's kind of like being a receptionist. Couldn't be a receptionist my whole life. I think I'd die.
That's why you just win the lottery.
That'd be the most boring job.
Yeah, like sitting there.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for calling Assholes Anonymous. Like, how can I set up an appointment for you today? It's fucking awful.
Well, hey, we're about to run out of time real fast, but I have a question that I thought of while I was at work, because unlike you all, I get really bored at work.
Yeah, me too.
Because I don't do
have
shit all
time to
day.
be bored at work.
And, like, take it serious. Like, honestly, God, serious. Do you think if you were stranded on an island, could you survive for 30 days?
30 days.
You have nothing with you. It's just a island. It's got critters and it's got water.
Is it in the middle of like...
Middle of the ocean.
No, you wouldn't survive. Nobody would.
There's fresh
no
water there.
Okay, so there's
There's
fresh
a
water.
pond, but you have to figure out how to boil it.
Boil what?
Exactly. You got to figure it out.
I mean, I know how to make a fire from scratch.
Okay.
I mean, I could
you
definitely
wouldn't
boil
die
water,
eating raw
but I would
meat.
also have to have the mind to think about how am I going to get this water in something that is capable of being boiled?
Exactly.
Because
You gotta
like
figure it
I
all
can't
out.
make a fucking pot.
Well-
Like I'm gonna have to get a rock and spend half of that 30 days fucking just chiseling away at it, and by then I'm just gonna dehydrate and die, or if not starve. Like, is there wildlife on this island?
Yes, there is wildlife. But, okay, so I've seen something on one of the wildlife things. They killed a snake and then used its skin to
I'd
boil.
I'd die. I fucking hate snakes.
Yeah,
I would
hate
starve to
snakes
death.
too. I'd let the snake.
I mean, I'd probably try to fish. Honestly, I'd just try to fish. I'm not fucking with snakes. I won't eat snake. I've had snake meat, but like it's not. I'm not going to kill the thing and touch it. Like I'm not going to do it. I did not prepare that snake. I just ate it. Like
Okay, so Shockley, you're saying you would die.
I'd probably die. Yeah.
Braxton?
Okay, so I'm the Steve Irwin of
Oh, okay.
America. I have reptiles, so I'm very familiar with them. I'm not afraid to be hands-on, and I'm going to school to be a surgeon. So
Okay.
I will definitely get in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll get in there. So for me, it's more of I feel like it's more of a technical thing. So
Yeah.
like as long as I can keep all my ducks in a row, you know, and get the shit that I need to survive. You know, like obviously make a fire.
I'm gonna
Figure
be
out how I'm
honest.
gonna build a pot. Figure out how to fish with the materials I'm given. I think that I would be okay for a couple days. Now, do I think that I could sustain that long? No, I'd probably eat my own flesh before, you know, I just die.
Okay.
Josh, what's your take? I really want to know because I mean, are we talking about like the 5 of us or like individual?
You're alone.
Yeah,
You're completely
by
alone.
yourself.
I'll say because Josh would do some crazy shit for his family. He'd be like, I'm gonna eat my vape right now on the spot. I'll eat the pod.
I don't know if I'd make it. I really do not know. The only thing that I could think of would be maybe laying dormant and use
just
as
hibernate
much or as little energy as possible and try to make it through those 30 days with eating as little as possible. You can eat bugs. You can eat a lot of bugs, but you have to know what kind of bugs you can eat. And they're high in protein.
This dude looks like he eats bugs.
And you have fresh water, so you can live as long as you stay out of the shade and don't.
But you got to figure out how to boil it, because there's going to be bacteria in it.
It's statistically proven that you can actually go without food for weeks, but you cannot stay up more than 11 days or you'll die.
I could
So
sleep
as long
on some
as you get
sand.
enough sleep, I feel like you probably could, as long as you were hydrated.
Also depends
I
on
wouldn't
your
want to
weight,
fatten
too.
up before I went. I'll be honest.
Well, you don't know this is happening, and you don't even know that it's 30 days. It just happens to be 30 days. So you could be there for a whole year for all you know, but it just happens to be 30 days.
I would
So-
keep going until I croaked.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd probably just kill myself. I'm gonna be honest because I'm a very social animal.
Okay.
I'm a very social person, and if I'm there by myself collecting my own thoughts, I'm not gonna last long. I'm not. Like, I would die.
It's been 7 minutes.
Okay.
I haven't said fuck to anyone today.
Okay, well, let's get Chris's, because I have a little thing to add on to it, and then we can go ahead and end the show. But Chris, what is your answer?
I think I would probably be somewhat like Josh. Like, I would just do everything that I could to stay alive up until I couldn't anymore. Like, I definitely wouldn't give up and like kill myself or anything. I'd definitely keep trying to do everything that I could. And I mean, the whole like boiling the water thing, like if I had to, I'd probably just end up drinking the water with
Just
the
getting the
fucking
shits
bacteria in it. You know, like, I mean, if
Then
I
you
had
die
to and I
faster.
couldn't figure, I mean, it is what it is, bro.
You roll
Like,
the dice on it. You really would.
yeah, like I mean, if I had to and if I had gone days without water at that point and I had no other choice, I would just drink some of the bacteria water, just a little bit, just
Some of the
enough
poo
to
water.
make it, not
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
Not
bottles
gallons.
of it or anything, but I'll just drink just a little bit enough.
drink your
of it.
tears as they come out.
Yeah, I
It's
guess I
probably
would
way
just
more
try
healthy.
to do, and I wouldn't
Drink
be
on piss.
against eating like raw meat either. Like
Yeah.
if I caught a fish and had to just eat the bitch raw, then I would to survive. Like
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
most fish. They're
Well,
not
that's
gonna
sushi.
kill you.
You just can't
Yeah.
have like raw chicken. That's salmonella.
Yeah.
You'll die.
Okay, so here's the second part of the question.
Diabetes.
Now make it, instead of 30 days, it's 45. Let's make it 2 months. 2 months.
Jesus.
But you get to bring 3 things with you. And it can't be like, oh, a fucking plane. Like it can't be something to get you
no
off
means
the
of
island.
escape.
It can't be something you get you off the island sooner. Like mine would be like a knife, a pot, and a magnesium stick to start a fire. Easy.
Why
Knife.
wouldn't you just bring a torch?
A cell phone.
Well,
What do you
because
mean
it's
a
going to go
torch?
out.
A torch to just start a fire. Like
It
a
rains,
fucking actual
bitch.
torch.
It's gonna rain at some point. Probably.
Probably bring a knife, rope, and razor blades. It's 3 methods of killing myself right there.
Right.
Disembowelment, slitting my wrist, hanging myself. It's one or the other.
Okay, well let's move on from you, Braxton.
I think I'm gonna go a little bit of a different route.
Okay.
I would take a knife because I feel like that's very essential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably take a water filter, and
Yeah.
then for third, I would take an AR-15. No, I'm sorry.
I just fuck shit up.
Yeah, bro, kill them animals. Like they're
Every
they
one
don't
of them are
deserve to
dead.
live. And I would also probably take a pot.
Yeah.
But I would try to figure out my own means of trying to build a fire rather than taking something that will help me start a fire instantly, because I feel like that's just wasted. I wouldn't say wasted materials, but you could bring something more effective
Yeah.
in my eyes.
Okay.
I'm going to trade the knife out for a katana so that I could commit seppuku.
Okay. Well, we've moved on from you, Chocolate. Your answers are no longer valid here.
I'm
So
gonna
let's
bring
keep moving
Monopoly.
clockwise, Josh.
Well, no.
You get to bring 3 things.
An extremely detailed map.
Of what?
Map?
You're on an island.
No, like where
Where you
shit
are.
is, like
Okay.
where I am, where
Okay.
food grows, shit like that.
Yeah.
Is this Minecraft?
Pretty much. That's what we're
Dude,
getting.
that's kind of how I'm bringing it down in my
Yeah.
head, like no
Okay.
joke.
A pickaxe?
So the more you move around the island, the more you
Locator
find
map?
of it.
It just never ends. just wouldn't. Everything looks like squares, man. But I'm feeling a knife would be a good one.
Yeah.
And
I love this dead air.
maybe a tent.
A tent. Okay. Yeah, I feel you on that.
I mean, like
Shelter.
something to keep on.
Yeah.
Something to keep, or actually a hammock.
A hammock? That's good.
Sleep above all the other shit
All the
on the
snakes?
ground. Not just gonna worry about the bugs and the snakes.
But
and the
you,
cats.
Monkeys or green tree boas.
I'll
fuck off. But okay, so I would have to buy one of those like hammocks that come with like a mosquito nest around it. You know what I mean?
You get
Like
fucking
net.
ate up.
Yeah, no, I'm not fucking.
You
with
lived, but you got
mosquitoes, dude.
malaria. You died. I'm sorry.
Like I think that's the shittiest way to go out.
All right, let's get the Christen into some bitch.
I would say a very sharp bow and arrow, because I could kill animals and then I could collect the arrow and
You could fish with
repeatedly.
it.
Yeah, I mean I could repeatedly
bow
kill
fish, that's
animals because I shoot them, keep the arrow. I'd bring a very sharp bow and arrow. I'd say that I would bring a pot or some sort of just container to be able to cook food over something, and then I would probably bring a torch, because you said it might rain, but you can always find something to keep the torch safe. Like you could even build a little, take some wood or something, some trees or something, and hide the torch under.
Yeah,
that's what I'd do. Or my secondary thing would be I'd bring a Nintendo Switch, a power brick, because I could get like 4 or 5 charges off that and just play some games. And then after my power brick died and the Switch died, I'd probably bring a gun and just kill myself.
one bullet.
I mean, I'd play the Switch up until the point to where it just wouldn't play anymore, and then I'd be like, all right, no reason to live.
Make sure it's like a Smith & Wesson 500, so your head just fucking explodes.
That'd be my secondary. Be my secondary.
Something you didn't answer though. Are you naked or are you fully clothed?
I would say fully clothed.
I'd say the clothes that you have on your back, and that's it.
Alright.
Okay.
I would end up naked because I'd sweat straight through them in 10 minutes.
As soon as you found out you're on the island, just
like, I'm not dealing with dick sweat this whole time. This is shit.
As a mix between like the Eagle Scouts and band camp, I actually learned how to weave a jockstrap. So God, you can always keep your genitalias. And I'm just kidding. You keep it covered at all times.
What else was happening in this Boy Scouts?
I sat on the
Were you
trombone.
alone with your campmaster a lot? Oh no. Okay. Well, let's end it. All right, guys. This has been a good episode 1 to season 2. Very proud of all of us. Find us on Twitter. I don't think we have any other social medias, but yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up. And love y'all. Peace out.